These bitches are losers, yo. I can't stand these women, man. And you know it's bad when Rollie is the one that was the most likable this episode. And y'all know how I feel about her. Like, and I don't want to go. That's the thing. I don't like her, and I don't like the way she's acted previously. But when she's right, she's right. And Rollie was making the most sense out of everybody. Jela was too, but really, Rollie, she had a lot of the most sensible points and thoughts. But Ahna Punk, Biggie Punk, Diamond looks stupid too. Like I'm just like, what is wrong with these people? But I'm over the show. That's just really what it is. I'm tired of this show. I'm ready for them to go bye bye. I'm ready for a whole new cast. I'm ready for a whole new show. Period. Which is why I'm excited for Jocelyn's show. I'm fully expecting that to drop, the trailer to drop tonight. So if it does, you'll see me later. If this storm don't knock out my power. But yeah, if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm gonna be here because y'all want to watch it. That's the only reason why I'm doing it, because y'all want me to talk about it. Y'all want to have somebody to talk to about it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be here when I turn 30. I'm gonna tell y'all this now. When I turn 30 years old, which is next year, I probably won't be talking about this shit no more. But until then, I'm gonna be here because y'all watch me for this, and I can't not give it to y'all. But it's hard right now. It's struggling. But if you're new here, please subscribe. If you're not new here, you already know what I'm about to say. If you are new here, please thumbs up the video, drop the comments down below, turn the post notifications on. We're going to be live tomorrow to debunk this. And yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we get back to the ending of Keva and Diamond. Well, they showed them fighting again. So Keva was pretty much slapboxing Diamond's head. That's really what she was doing. Like, she wasn't punching, but she was slapboxing. She was connecting more of them slap boxes on Diamond than Diamond was. Diamond, then I couldn't tell if Diamond was actually pulling Keva to the couch, but regardless, Keva got on the couch. Ahna's bitch ass start punking and jumping in and start swinging and jumping in and getting shots on Keva, which I got words for you in a minute, Ahna Mac. But Diamond's in her confessionals talking about how she beat up Keva. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't. Because Keva was slapping you down before Ahna jumped on top of her. But Ahna, she's trying to get tough behind security like she's been doing. Like, she's literally been acting tough. The only time that she gets up and tries to get on that rah-rah energy is when she's behind security or she's behind Tasiki. If y'all haven't noticed that, go back and rewatch last week's episode. Go back and watch the episode tonight. She only gets tough when she's behind somebody. Just like when she got tough last week throwing that shit at Keva, she was behind Tasiki. She also had Biggie's big ass over there blocking her too. So she gets tough. She's a punk. She swear her face is broken, but you jumping in people's fights. Like, you jumping in fight. Well, not even people's fights. They're fighting for you. So if you got enough balls and you so tough that you can hit people while they being jumped, you can get out there and run your ones. It's some beef. Regardless if Nunu started to beef with you or not, it's your beef. So if you are tough enough to start jumping somebody, you should be tough enough to get in there and have your one-on-one. I can't stand this little girl. Like, over 2 weeks, I've literally grown to really dislike this girl. Like, the things that she's done on this TV the last 2 weeks, the shit that she did with Nunu, like, the stuff that she said about Nunu's mom and her child, mainly her mom, who I will never speak ill on the dead. I believe in karma. I believe in a lot of things coming. Like, when you speak ill on the dead, that's terrible. Her talking about she's going to go piss on her mama's grave, that is grounds for really getting fucked up. Like, when I say up, I mean like some other shit. Like, that's crazy. You don't speak like, and that's why I say a lot of karma comes back around. And that bad karma is gonna catch up to her, and it's gonna get her good, boy. It's gonna get her good. And I hope it happens at this reunion. But she's sitting there saying that she jumped in because Biggie got snuck by Keva, which is bullshit, which we never saw happen. And Biggie even confirmed it never happened. She's sitting there saying she did that because of that. And it's like, no, you didn't. And then the whole thing is too, this all is happening because of you. They were fighting, Diamond was fighting Nunu for you. If you wanted to hit somebody so bad, you should have got in there and hit Nunu. You didn't do it because you knew Nunu was going to fuck you up. And you wouldn't do it with Keva either because you knew she would fuck you up too. Like, that's crazy to me. I can't stand this little girl. I really can't. And y'all know I've liked Ahna since she came on the show. Like, I've liked her since she came on the show. But Movie Bay's been saying it. Sky Santana's been saying it. January Flowers has been saying it. Everybody has been seeing Ahna for who she is. And Legend's the only one that's not, and Legend's gonna stand on it. We'll see though. But everybody else most people that are on YouTube have seen this stuff about Ahna. It took me a while to see it. I'm the type of person I have to see it for myself to believe it. This week and last week, you can't not see that she's a punk. She's a clown. But Keva ends up saying that Ahna got to run it now. I'm like, exactly. But then she said she looked at Ahna and said she's too little. I understand that. Because me too, I always say, if I know I can beat your ass, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to do it because I feel like it's pointless for me to do it. What am I gaining from that? In this instance, when you get jumped, all bets are off. With this little bitch that runs her mouth the way she does and does the things that she does, I'm A-okay with somebody beating her ass that's 10 times her size because she got a mouth her mouth is 10 times her weight. Her mouth is 10 times her size. So she can run it and do it the way she does. She can eat them punches the way she does. But Keva ends up saying she's not going to do it because she's too little. I'm like, beat her ass at this reunion. That's what went in my mind as she said this. I'm like, beat her ass at this reunion, please, Keva. But Biggie ends up telling Ahna, because Anna's screaming in Biggie's face now, telling Ahna, Keva swung, but she didn't connect. Like, it didn't hit me. We never saw that. I don't believe that Keva even swung on her, but even if she did, she had every right to because you literally swung on Nunu, who was fighting Diamond. But Anna's screaming in Biggie's face, trying to act tough, talking about she swung on you. Biggie's in her confessionals calling Ahna her cousin, which you're grown. Why are you calling somebody that you just met not even last year? They filmed this shit at the beginning of last season. They filmed that, the beginning of last year or the end of last year? You just met her and you calling her your cousin? Y'all don't even know each other like that for real. Like, y'all might know each other now, but she was the same one that was talking crazy about you when you first got there last season. She's in your same wheelhouse of your ethnicity, and she was acting like it was a problem for you to be up there speaking Spanish, but now she's your cousin. But not only that, you're grown. Like, I feel like there's a certain age that you get to where you should stop calling people your cousins, stop calling people your brother and your sister. That's not your brother and sister because you look like a fool, and she looked like a fool doing that in the confessionals. I'm like, I cringed when she said that. But Ahna is sitting there telling Biggie, don't defend no bitch, talking about Keva. Telling her don't defend no bitch. She said, I told her not to get involved. Talking about Keva. Told Keva not to get involved. Ahna, who the fuck are you to tell somebody not to get involved? Because you've been getting involved. You told Biggie to get involved. You had Diamond get involved in your beef, but you didn't get involved in nothing. Keva had every right to do what she did because you got your people involved in a one-on-one with Diamond and Nunu, so Keva had every right to jump in. She should have went over there and hit you and not hit Diamond or hit Biggie, whichever one you claim she hit. But Ahna is now talking about how Biggie said that she didn't see Keva swinging on her. She claims she did in her confessionals. Ahna's a liar. It's clear now. But Jela respects Keva for not fighting Ahna because of the weight difference, and it wouldn't have been a fair fight. I said, yes, that's true. But what wasn't fair was Ahna jumping in on Keva. So now Keva has every right to make it an unfair fight. Stomp her out, Keva. That's what I was saying. But Keva ends up telling Jela, like, somebody gonna have to run that fade for Ahna because she ain't gonna fight her because she's too little. And Jela goes back out there and tells them she wants somebody to run the fade with her for Ahna. Nobody volunteered. I'm like, y'all got all this rah-rah energy, but the minute she calls out a one-on-one fade, nobody wants to run it. But y'all want to sneak. Y'all want to jump. But when it's a one-on-one, y'all don't want to do it because y'all punks. And I'm talking to Biggie. I'm not going to call Diamond because Diamond will get out there. Biggie's a punk. Ahna's a punk. And I'm going to even throw Tasiki in here. Tasiki, you look like a punk to me in this moment. Granted, I know you will get out there and fight, but she look like a punk, and I'm about to get into it. And y'all know I like Tasiki too, but she blew me too. But Biggie ends up saying, why you ain't step up? No, I said this. I'm reading what I wrote. I said, Biggie, why you ain't step up? Like, you so tough, like, step up. But Keva and Nunu, they head upstairs to go find their rooms. They're completely unfazed. They're laughing, talking to Natalie and stuff. Natalie's showing them around. Sapphire ends up going up, calling for Keva, asking, like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Keva says she don't know what's going on, but Ahna jumped me, so somebody gonna have to run that fade. Sapphire then goes downstairs with Keva and Nunu to then do the same thing Jela did. Let them know Keva said she got something to say. Keva then comes down there and says, who wants to run this fade? Tasiki is standing on the couch talking about, I think everybody over here wants to run it for Ahna, but you too big. Bitch, be for real. Like, what? If y'all all want to run it. Y'all talk about how tough y'all are. But y'all so scared to get out there in the field with Keva. And then I said to Siki, you so Billy Badass, you King Kong, why don't you get out there and do it? You don't want to talk about how you like to eat. Why don't you get out there and eat? And y'all know I've always said, Tasiki, I don't feel like Tasiki needs to jump in her friends' fights. But in this instance, since you got so much mouth and you want to talk for everybody else about who wants to get out here and have this smoke for Keva, since you want to be everybody's spokesperson, you get out here and you handle it. She didn't get out there and do it. She said, you too big. You and Keva are in the same weight class, honestly. So why don't you get out here and do it? Your hands your hands do hands. Like, there's no shock about that. We all know that. So why don't you get out there and prove it? Why don't you get out there and do it? So that's what blew me with Tasiki. But nobody got up. Whenever Keva called it out, nobody got up when Jela told them. But Keva says it's not fair that she's jumping in and she's walking towards Tasiki as she's talking to her. And Tasiki's jumping in front of Ahna, being a little super security guard. Stop protecting that little bitch. She got a mouth that's bigger than her. So she got to handle it. Stop protecting her. And she's telling Keva not to get too close. Keva better than me. I'd have hit Tasiki right then and there. If I'm too close to her, then why don't you get down here with me? Like, you the one that want to protect her so bad. You get down here with me. You get down here with me. I'm not scared of your hands. And like I said, I don't care who it is. You could be King Kong. You could fuck me up. If I have an issue and you want to press and you want to block the person I have an issue with, I'm A-okay with getting down here with you. If I lose the fight, I lose it. But if you so tough to block this girl, you tough enough to get down here with me too. That's how I feel. And if I get my ass beat for it, I get my ass beat for it. But guess what? I'm gonna go out swinging. I ain't never got my ass beat though. But I'm sure there's somebody out here who could, but I would never be scared enough to not do it. But especially if I had an issue. But Diamond ends up standing next to Keva as she's talking to Tasiki, and she's standing real close to her, and she ends up sneaking her, connects really, really good, which she should have as close as she was. And Dirty Meat's nasty, ugly looking ass is on that couch sticking that dirty tongue out trying to taunt Keva. I'm like you wasn't just sitting here having a whole panic attack at the thought of J.O. coming in this house to beat your ass. But now you want to taunt Keva. Like, that's why these I'm telling you, these women are so unlikable. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you right now, this season, the ones that I like is Keva, Jela, Nunu. And yes, I'm saying them. I don't care what they did last week. I respect them for actually getting out here and handling it. Diamond, even though I got some words for Diamond later, I like the fact that Diamond will get out here and run it too. Who else am I missing? Rollie. I like Rollie this season. Rollie has not pissed me off this season. Rollie has not done anything this season outlandish. She hasn't done anything that looks stupid. Like, everything she's done so far this season, she has not done anything wrong, if you ask me. Scotty, I've liked Scotty so much this season. She said a little bit of things, but Scotty's likable this season. Asian Doll's likable this season, besides her being friends with Mariah Lynn. That's crazy to me. But in Sapphire, apart from her being a punk and like letting Bianca spit on her, but the rest of them women dislike. There's a lot of unlikable qualities with these women. But Kiba walks away because they're all whack at this point. She walks away with her because she busted her lip, so she walking away to get herself together. She goes outside. She said, "I'm gonna catch my breath and come back in the fight." So Anna's punk ass, as Kiva's running away, she then goes to run to grab Kiva's wig because Kiva ain't got a wig on now, to then go throw it in the pool. But why you didn't do that when Kiva was standing in front of you? Because you were punk. You a punk. Like, and her fans was in my comments trying to go back and forth with me with this shit, with me calling her and Biggie a punk. I've been calling Biggie a punk since the end of time. Like, this was just proving to it. This was just adding to my thoughts as to why I think she's a punk. Ahna, this has proved last week and this week just proved to me how she's a punk. And every single scene is proving it even more. But she does that. Kiva's talking to Sapphire now, and Rollie's standing there too about Diamond sneaking her. Sapphire, she did make a valid point. She said, you did turn your back to her after y'all just fought. That's the same thing I said on the live. I called it on my recap. I called Nunu sneaking Diamond and Diamond sneaking Nunu back. Those aren't considered sneaks. Those, in the moment, I called it a sneak. But when you sit back and think about it, when you're in the middle of a fight with one person on a one-on-one, and you just finished fighting them, and you decide to turn away, or you decide to take your eye off of them, if they hit you, they hit you. Y'all was just fighting. Like, you just got caught slipping. That's really what it was. But Sapphire says, now you have a reason to fight. Where are you going? Because Kiva started walking away. But Kiva says, Sapphire, you need to stop. I said, she needs to stop because you don't want to be talking about having a reason to fight. You had every reason to hit Bianca every single time you saw her, but you didn't do it. But Ahna's punk ass is still sitting there talking shit. Kiva comes back in there. When Kiva comes back in there, Ahna then sits her ass down and it's not popping it the way she was popping it. Clock that. But Anna's now talking about how Kiva had snuck Diamond. I said, but your punk ass stays sneaking people and jumping people. Like you snuck ET at the reunion. You jumped in on Kiva's fight. So you sitting here talking about her sneaking. You sneak too. So what's the issue? But Kiva ends up saying she still wants to know who wants to fight for Ahna. I still want to know who wants to fight. Tasiki gets up and says that you feel like you got snuck. I feel you. Do you want to run your shit? Did she not just say 50 times who wants to run the fight for Ahna? Duh, Tasiki. Obviously she wants to fight. Why don't you fight her? Stop sitting here asking questions that have already been, like, she's already addressed it. Like, why? What, like, rhetorical questions? Stop. But Kiva says, yeah, and then Tasiki then goes to volunteer Diamond. She wants to fight you because you snuck her. No, she been asking before. Who else wants to run it? She done fought Diamond. What's the point? Why don't you get out here? But Kiva and Diamond, they end up going another round. Both of them start swinging very uncontrollably. Kiva then realizes at this point, we're not really connecting on each other. Let me use some strategy. When I tell you Kiva grabbed her by her neck and about, she threw her to that ground the way, if she would have really had a good grip on her, the way you could tell she wanted to, the way she slammed Diamond on that ground, if Diamond would have landed on her back, she would have got the wind knocked out of her, but she slammed her so hard. I said, damn. Rollie was laughing. I was like, that was me. But Tasiki sitting there talking about this is such a bad way. She's saying this in her confessionals. This is such a bad welcoming. Who gets welcomed like this? Such a sad situation. I said, if it was so sad, why didn't you stop it? Why didn't you stop it? You sitting there egging it on. You sitting there laughing and trying to play mediator with the whole situation, but you still egging it on. But it's so sad in your confessionals. You didn't do anything about it when you had the opportunity to. But Diamond now has respect for Nunu and Keva for getting out there, which is exactly where I'm at with it. Like, I felt like they were stupid for doing what they did the week before last. But them actually getting out here and running these ones, I got all the respect back for them. And I'm fully on their side because they're trying to jump on these girls now for simply being replacements. Like, granted, Nunu came in here with some stupid beef that wasn't really hers, even though she addressed some shit that she had a right to have an opinion on. Granted, she wasn't there, which is why I felt like it was not needed. But everybody had the same opinion. We all said the same shit. I said the same shit. If you hit my mama, I'm going to hit you too. Regardless if she's wrong or not, I would do it. I still feel like Ahna was not in the wrong for hitting her mother. Because if your mama decided she want to put her hands on me, then it is what it is. You're going to have to handle it. But still, like, I respect Nunu for getting out here and running ones and not being scared to fight. She knows that she got a mouth. She knew what she did was the reason why people wanted to fight her. And she got out there and fight. Because why? Because she's not a punk. Same thing with Keva. Keva will get out there and fight. She's not a punk. Biggie and Ahna will not get out there and fight. They're punks. They're punks. Diamond, I have respect for Diamond because she's not a punk. She will get out there and run in face. Regardless if it's hers or not, she will get out there and run it. She's not scared to do it. But they all get ready to go to the club. They get in these sprinters. Meatball's not dressed. She's wearing a crop top and shorts again. But you wonder why you don't have a chain. But okay. Rollie is riding with Keva and Nunu. Meatball is on the bus with the girl, sitting there exuberant how much of a pussy she is. She's scared of the replacements, talking about why they moving in, fucking up my comfort zone. It's not your fault. It's not their fault that you're scared of them. And you can't be comfortable around women that you think is probably going to beat your ass. Nunu and Keva are the only ones there, but you sitting there scared. They don't have an issue with you, but you scared of J.O. That's the thing. You scared J.O. going to come around that corner, which I wish she would. But Rollie, she's sitting there with Nunu and Keva saying she loved how they stuck up for each other. And she felt like it should have been one-on-ones and nobody should have jumped in. I said, exactly, Rollie. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I'm glad Rollie's at least giving them chances to actually be themselves, too. And that's why I'm respecting Rollie. But she's laughing with them about how Diamond had failed when Nunu had clocked her. Meatball still being insecure, talking about how she don't have to be shaped like all the girls on the show to get a baddie chain. They sitting there trying to pretty much tell her, like, it's not about physicality and stuff. They pretty much just trying to tell her you shouldn't be valued by it. Your worth shouldn't be valued by a fucking chain. And that's what Jela said. I could snap this shit in half and still be a bad bitch. You're putting all of your validation into a fucking chain. Like, be for real. That chain is cheap. It's probably not cheap, but I've seen a lot more iced out chains than the chain that it's just a chain that says bad. Are you fucking for real, Meatball? Please. But they got to the club. I skipped it. I'm not gonna lie to you because I'm over it. But the next day, Natalie wants to have a beach day. They're going on this yacht. Meatball finally got her makeup on. She finally got her makeup and her hair done. I'm like, okay, nice. Natalie, Jela, and Rollie, they're riding together. The bus crew is pretty much recapping the club. Sapphire is with Dirty Meat, who, like I said, now has a face on. But Nunu and Keva, they're together. They're speculating what's going to happen on the beach. Keva says that she's not going to get in the water. Keva's fully expecting somebody to sneak her and try and throw her off the boat. Nunu's like, who gonna throw you off the boat? AKA, who is gonna be big enough to be able to get you off that boat? But Diamond ends up saying that she got to keep her head on a swivel considering what happened last night. I said, Diamond, you have to keep your head on a swivel now because you chose to jump in that fight. If you didn't do it, you wouldn't have to. But Scotty's sitting there talking about she gonna have to be the same way because these bitches like sneaking people. I said, Scotty, you're sitting with 3 bitches that sneak people. Ahna, Biggie, and Diamond. Like, be for real. But Ahna's sitting there talking about how she wouldn't fight for nobody in her confessionals, which is why she appreciates Diamond for doing it for her. I said, see, now, Diamond, that's why you look like a fool, because she just said out her mouth she would not do it for anybody. So for y'all fighting for her, crazy. Crazy. And that proves even more that she's a punk. But Rollie ends up saying she don't understand why they was jumping the new girls. Me either, Rollie. Like, if y'all have an issue with each one of them, run it one-on-one. Stop doing that punk shit. But Rollie says that Natalie's not doing her job by putting her foot down. Natalie says that she wants them to get it off their chest. Rollie says, but they do get it off their chest and they keep getting it off their chest. That's when you need to start putting your foot down. I said, Rollie, you better talk about it. Talk about it. But Dirty Meat, she's still bitching about that chain, showing how insecure she is. Sapphire's trying to reason with her, who looks bomb as fuck. Like, it's ironic. They got the one who always looks a mess with the one who always looks right. But Ahna is now claiming that she wants to get to know Keva. I'm like, Nunu and Keva, they're talking about how fake everybody in the house are, in which they are. Nunu's talking about how they sitting there saying, like, y'all coming in the house making us uncomfortable because y'all have issues with us, but y'all have issues with each other and have had issues with each other prior to us getting here. But now y'all want to sit here and act like we're the ones with the issue. I said, Nunu, talk about it, because they do. They all fake. Like, they all don't like each other, but they still around each other. But y'all have an issue with the 2 girls in the house who don't even know y'all coming in there. Y'all just scared because they probably gonna whoop y'all asses. Like, that's just really what it is. Nunu said truths. But she said, y'all the same bitches that sneak diss each other, but be around each other. I said, she said, keep on acting. Keep on acting. But Anna's now talking about how Nunu sneaking Diamond was funny. Scotty said all 3 girls got snuck, but Diamond was the main one that got snuck. I said, no, she got caught slipping. But they finally get to the beach. They take a group picture. They're racing on the beach, actually having fun. It looked nice. This was a good scene. They're racing and stuff, doing fun stuff. But Natalie, of course, has to ruin the moment, talking about how her and Rollie are going to go get Bianca. Well, she didn't say Bianca, but we're going to go get somebody. And they looking at her like, well, no, I skipped over it. Natalie was talking to Rollie and Biggie after, I think it was 3 girls that was racing. I forget exactly who it was, but she was telling Rollie and Biggie, let's go run, aka trying to be funny. And Rollie looked at her and said, fuck you. Like, they obviously not going to be sprinting down the beach. But Natalie then lets them know that they're going to go on the boat, but her and Rollie are going to go grab somebody, aka Bianca, being messy. So they go and greet Asian Doll. Asian Doll is the one that comes. She goes to go see the girls, and Natalie and Rollie are still waiting on Bianca. And Natalie claims because Bianca says she still wants to be there. Rollie don't have an issue with Bianca, even though she knows the rest of the girls might. Natalie wants to have Bianca, Mariah, and Sapphire hash out their issues because she keeps spitting on Sapphire. I'm like, whatever. But Natalie, Sapphire and Mariah, they go off to talk because Sapphire already got an inclination. It's Bianca that they're waiting on. So she tells Mariah that. Mariah says it's news to her. Sapphire said the last time that she saw her, she wanted to fight, but she offered her a fair fade. Bianca didn't want it. But then when she saw her at the party, Bianca then wanted it because she had 6 girls. We already discussed this. I ain't about to say it again. But Mariah says that she spit on you, and she also spit on you. And Sapphire says, yes, she spit at me, but it didn't get on me. Regardless, Sapphire, you should have hit her. You spit at me or you spit on me. You getting hit. You catching a fist. Regardless if it landed on me or not, you still thought to do it, and you still attempted to do it. So you're going to get hit because you did it. But Sapphire says now she got to run it with her. Mariah says she ain't got nothing to say other than she's a snake. So the girls are getting on the yacht. Natalie and Rollie finally see Bianca, who's walking up. She got on this PSD fit. So Rollie is happy to see her. Sapphire and Mariah, they're standing there waiting on the beach. They see her from afar. Natalie's pretty much asking Bianca if she can apologize. Bianca said to who? I said, at this point, why would I apologize? Like, she didn't have an issue enough to come hit me, so why am I apologize 10, 20 days later? But Bianca says that she came in standing on business for Mariah Lynn because of how she was done last season, but apparently it was for a reason because she is a flip-flopper. I said, no lies told. Bianca then says that she squashed her beef with Asian Doll from years ago. Mariah was mad because she didn't jump in. She's telling all this to Rollie because Rollie wasn't present for it. Bianca then says she's not a weirdo and she don't do weirdo shit. You backing your friend is not weird, but you are a weirdo because you spit on people. But I'm on your side in regards at this moment. But she says she don't like when people don't stand on business for themselves. That could apply to you too, but let's keep it real. But Sapphire ends up being tired of waiting, so she starts marching up there. Mariah starts following behind her, obviously. Sapphire walks up and says, no words, put the shoes down. Okay, let's get it cracking at this point. So they get it going. Sapphire was getting her. I will give her that. Bianca at least swung this time. This is the first altercation fight that she's had this season where she actually was swinging. I was like, okay, good. You might have lost, but you was swinging. Security breaks it up. The girls are watching from the boat. Sapphire lost her wig. Now Mariah done saw Sapphire punch Bianca. Now she has the gusto and the will to want to do it. So now she's telling Bianca to run it. They both were swinging. And I'm glad I wrote this down because Rollie commented on it. She commented on it in the sneak peek. Because I said they were strategically showing Mariah Lynn's side of the swinging. Because you can clearly see Mariah swinging and connecting. But you can also see Bianca on the other side, hand going up. Looked like she was uppercutting. But do we get to see the aerial shot of that? We only saw Mariah's point of view, so it looks like Mariah was winning the fight. But no, I was looking at Bianca too. I box, I watch boxing, I see both opponents to see who really is winning the fight. They both were swinging, so at this point, I needed to see who was connecting more. We saw Mariah. Mariah was connecting a little bit, but I needed to see what Bianca was over there doing. It looked like Bianca was doing work. But Mariah gets out feeling tough, talking about I beat your ass, she's doing all that. Bianca's walking away. Sapphire's trying to run behind her. Sapphire now wants to fight again because everything's now suddenly replaying in her mind. I'm like, it's too late. You should have ran this 10 weeks ago. But they start chasing after Bianca. Rollie, like I said that Mariah got her ass beat. She goes for next week. She's telling them on the bus, Mariah got her ass beat. She's talking about how she beat her, but she got her ass beat. She said Bianca was in there muffing her shit. Mariah's upset about it. She's upset about Rollie clocking her shit. And Meatball's being pussy. Tinkabella's crying about Meatball on the bus, and they go and see Biggie's family. So that's next week. I was rambling. Join us tomorrow on the live. Thumbs up the video. Drop a comment down below if you have not already. If you are new and have not already, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on. I'm waiting for this Jocelyn shit to come out. I'm pretty sure it's going to come out. If it's a super trailer, you're going to see me tonight. If it's not a super trailer and it's a teaser, you're not going to see me. But hopefully it is. And that's what I'm looking forward to to wrap this up. But yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow. And drop in the comments and I'll see y'all down there too. Peace.